was 2 years ago. I think Carson had 40 in here, and very proud of this group. We actually showed our team nothing from Michigan State, not one clip. We moved on because we did a lot of really good things in that game, and we didn't want to dwell on the fact that we had a bad shooting night. And Matt's had one of the elite programs in this conference for some time, and I thought our guys were very, very dialed in. I thought we threw punches early. Thought our pace and tempo was very, very good. I think we had 13 points in the first half in under 7 seconds, which when you're one of the elite defensive teams, they're 6th in the country in DER. You've got to take advantage of that. And then second chance opportunities were a big piece of this. Allen's rebounding and opportunities to get us easy baskets. Kipper got an easy basket because of it. But Purdue had a night that like we had against Michigan State, and but I do think our defense had something to do with it, and our focus I thought was excellent tonight.
Questions? Through 18 league games, it's the home team's like 15-3 in this league, and you can see teams go from your night, the other night to tonight. What is it exactly that makes it so difficult to play on the road this league?
How many fans were here tonight? It's if I could figure it out, I'd write the book. I think games in this league this league's unparalleled. But there's no league even close in terms of attendance, in terms of the attention that games draw. There's a different feel, a different vibe. And when you're at home, there's comfort, and that's part of it. But it's not just this year. I think it's pretty much every year. It's really, really hard to win on the road, no matter what the team's record is and how they play. And it's you don't dwell on the losses too much, and you move on to the next, because you sure as heck don't want 1 to turn into 2, and then 2 become 4, and then all of a sudden you're reeling. And it's a weird phenomenon, but we got a guard like that. And I felt great about our, to be honest, our defense, other than 3 minutes and 50 seconds at Michigan State. And they take a close game, 6-point game, and all of a sudden it's 13, and they're shooting 34%. But that's what you do. That's the emphasis when you can't make a basket. Hopefully we can remedy and not have 3 for 28 from the 3-point line nights.
Coach Trent had double-digit shot attempts for only the second time all year. Was that a point of emphasis this game? Or?
Yes. It's a point of emphasis. We had a lot of conversations with Trent. Trent's playing the game the right way, and yet he's a very, very good shooter, and turned down 2 or 3 that he's got to take. And Trent's unique in transition. He can pull up and make threes in transition. We don't want to take that away from him. Some people might think that's a bad shot. For him, it's a really good shot. We need Trent's punch.
Marley in the back.
What did Allen provide for the team today as far as being that spark and, maybe just bringing everybody else up with him?
Well, his motor and his energy that he creates coming off the bench is phenomenal. And, I looked down and he played 19 minutes, and I'm like, my goodness, I need him 25 to 30 minutes. But I felt like he played that way, and he plays so hard. He's doing an elite job of running the floor. He's finding his threes, and he goes to glass every time. And that energy and that is what we look for coming in off the bench. And I made a comment. He reminds me of a young man I coached at Oklahoma State, Jeffrey Carroll. run the floor really hard, shoot threes, and offensive rebound, and star in those roles, and Allen's doing that.
You had Trent base guarding Stefanovic. Just how impactful was that when he could take away a 45% 3-point shooters out of the game completely like that?
Well, I mean, he's an elite shooter. He's one of the premier shooters, not only in this conference, but in the country, and we just want to stay on his hip. And if he shot, he's got such a quick trigger. I mean, his release is impeccable. It's one of the best I've seen, and the quickest. And yet, they run so many pin downs, dribble handoffs for him. Trent's speed allowed him to stay on his hip and just be there when he caught it. And if he shot twos, he shot twos. But we didn't want him to get going from the three.
Brad, Trent said earlier he wants to do all Big Ten defense. What do you think of that? How do you react to that?
It's amazing what 2 years of him how it can shift one's thinking. He understands it. Man, he's taken a lot of pride in it, and he's done that every year. I mean, he's done that every game this year. I mean, he's drawing the other team's best threat. He's very hard to screen. That comes from understanding defensively what you're trying to do. It also comes from understanding the scout, and Trent's dialed into that.
How much did maybe forcing Purdue into tough looks in the first 4 minutes maybe set the tone defensively for what turned out to be the rest of the game?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the scoring drought was to open the game. I know our fans were standing for a little bit at the first media anyway. Sure, you don't want somebody to jump out and get going. And, they started a very, very big lineup. And, I thought DeMonte's job on Nugel early was impactful. They tried to go inside, which we thought they would, with Harms coming off a big game and Williams both coming off big games. But it impacts the game, and I thought we were able to take advantage of that, especially in transition.
I guess when you made your first subs and put in Andres, Allen, Kipper together the first time out, just what did they do to maybe keep that defensive pressure going?
Got on the glass, both ends. I mean, I think it's the first time in a while, and I'll have to look at the film. I didn't think there was any let up defensively. I thought we made a smooth transition. DeMonte does an unbelievable job on the defensive end, and to not have a let up after that, and then to have Dre come in and relieve Trent, and you're chasing around an elite shooter, and to do that same thing and not giving those looks, that's pretty important, is to have those guys buy into that same role. And yet on the offensive end, Kipper got an offensive rebound, Allen got a couple, and it impacted the game.
Brad, I think Kofi was 2 of 10 at Michigan State, 6 of 10 tonight. How would you just gauge his response to a tough road game?
Pretty good. Everybody has them. I don't worry. Offense is fleeting. It comes and goes, and I was more disheartened with Kofi in the Michigan State game just because of the lack of physicality, and he hasn't been doing that in a long time. But tonight he was much more dialed in and much more in tune on the defensive end, and that helps him on the offensive end. And then he ran. He got some easy baskets.
I think we talk about Io's offense a lot. And what do you see on the defensive end from him that is really impactful and on a night-to-night basis?
Yeah, he's got length. He's got great anticipation. He's got very quick hands. Tonight, and again, the Hunter kid is a guy that's been elite shooting the basketball, and when you're chasing Hunter and you're chasing Stefanovic off screens all night, it takes a lot of energy to do that, and that's what becoming a two-way player is all about. It's maximizing your talents on both ends of the court, and I was doing that.
Brad, they had a run there where they got it back to 9 points, kind of midway through the second half, and you got to stop that run, and you haven't always seen that run get stopped, this season. What was the key to that, and how big of a growing point is that for you guys?
Well, we're going to make it one. I think it's important that we did it with the defensive side. It wasn't, they guard you, so nothing's easy against them in the half court, and yet, we forced a couple tough looks. Then we got an easy basket or two, and those are the times when we need, when offense is hard, to get an offensive rebound, to get to the foul line, to do those things to stem the tide. And those are areas we gotta continue to grow. But defensively tonight, I thought 40 minutes were pretty solid.
Coach, next time you're up 20 at home, do you have a song in mind you'd like to play? It seemed like you enjoyed Country Roads.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, if Mike Eads was here, the old official we had the other night at Michigan State, who gave me a technical, I thought that's what our marketing department was playing that for, because he's from West Virginia. He made sure he let me know he was from West Virginia for whatever reason. But and actually, our gal that handles marketing is from West Virginia and worked for Hugs. So I figured that was her way of, I don't know, being funny or whatever. But yeah, it is what it is.
Jim?
Coach, Trent indicated that Allen's got that motor every day at practice. Did he come to Champaign with that motor? Is that how he's earned his playing time, by kind of turning that motor on, or is that?
Yeah, he doesn't know anything any different. Allen's growth, and it's one of those things. You've got to learn how to play. You've got to go through some adversity to really be able to get to the next level. And I went through that at times last year, and not making mistakes and being consistent and understanding a system. And it's not just when you're a star on your high school team and you think it's about shooting 25 balls every night and how many points you scored. It's not. And Al's capable of that, but his energy and his motor has always been phenomenal. It's just the other things that he's grown into, and now we start to see that with confidence. And most importantly, I've got tremendous confidence in him that he's going to impact the game, not just on the offensive end, but at the defensive end as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.